This is the podcast where you find all your answers. Welcome to my Vedic life. And today, on episode 2 of our podcast, we are going to decode the meaning of astrology. Bakula, I want to know the impact of planets and especially the moon on us.
See, astrology is what is astrology? First, let's understand what is astrology. Astrology begins at the time of your birth. During your birth, the position of the planets and the impact of those planets on you as a person, the moment first time you land on this planet, is where the entire concept of astrology begins with. So, our ancient philosophers and the ancient sages believed that the impact of each and every planet exists on this earth as well as on each and every person who lives here. So, your destiny is basically decided based on the impact of the planets during your birth, and that is where the astrology begins with.
तो इसका मतलब है कि जो जन्म पत्रियां होती हैं दे आर एक्चुअली ट्रू.
जन्म पत्री सही होती है. जन्म पत्री में अलग अलग चार्ट्स होते हैं. जैसे अगर आप मूल जन्म पत्री जिसे हम दिखाते हैं उसे लग्न चार्ट बोलते हैं या लग्न कुंडली बोलते हैं, और आपकी जन्म पत्री को कुंडली बोला जाता है. तो कुंडली आपकी बारे में सब कुछ बताती है. कुंडली में 12 घर होते हैं. उस हर घर का अपना एक महत्व होता है. इसमें सिर्फ आपका जीवन ही नहीं बताया जाता कि आपका आने वाला जीवन कैसा होगा, मगर अगर आप ये समझें कि कुंडली के सही ज्ञाता ये भी देख सकते हैं कि आपका पिछला जन्म कैसा था, पिछले जन्म में आपने कौन से कर्म किए और आपका आने वाला जन्म कौन सा होगा. ये एक कड़ी है, एक सांकल जैसी कड़ी है जिसमें आप एक सांकल में एक जीवन को अपना समझते हैं, मगर ये हर कड़ी एक दूसरी कड़ी से जुड़ी हुई है.
So that means we can actually know about our future.
You can know what is going to happen on a broader perspective. आप ये जान सकते हैं कि आपके जीवन में कौन कौन से हालात आएंगे, बट उन हालात को आप कैसे जिएंगे ये आपके ऊपर निर्भर करता है.
And can we change it?
You can not exactly change what is going to happen, but yes, you can change your experience towards the situations of what is going to happen. So अगर आप इसे और समझना चाहते हैं तो जैसे श्री कृष्ण भगवत गीता में बोलते हैं कि इंसान के अंदर 3 तत्व होते हैं, रजस, तमस और सतक. रजस वो अच्छे तत्व होते हैं जो हर इंसान के अंदर होते हैं. तमस वो गलत तत्व होते हैं. और सतक वो कर्ता होता है, द वन हु चूजेस. सो इवेंचुअली योर एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ योर लाइफ will depend on the choices you make. And if you understand, at every moment in life you are given with 2 choices. So whatever you choose, you start creating or carving your own destiny.
So that means you believe in destiny, right?
I believe in destiny. Yes, destiny does exist, and as we always say that past, present and future are not 3 different tenses. They all have happened, and we as a consciousness are experiencing them with time. So if you understand the 5th dimension, there is no time in that dimension. Time doesn't exist, and the moment time fails to exist, the tenses also drops down. So that is why you've seen in the past that people like Nostradamus have also predicted that 2 flying birds will hit the man-made mountain in the new city. How can a man 500 years ago predict? He must have not seen or not even had a slightest of an idea how an aeroplane would look like. So he just thought that these are birds. He saw those buildings as mountains. How was he so accurate? Could he travel in time and actually see what is going to happen 500 years later? How could he see that? That means that episode must have executed or probably must have
Already
existed.
happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that must have already happened at that moment in time. So if you understand the tenses, the tenses are not in duality. The tenses are in linearity. They all have happened. We experience them. So the only thing what I mean to say is that you can change is your experience towards the happening that are going to happen in this life for you.
But so when all the pundits they predict our future, how does one rely on these pundits?
See, the pundits or the soothsayer, it has moreover from a knowledge based perspective, it has become a business based perspective. So, I happened to meet one of the pundits and he said, I can do this puja, I can do that puja, this will change, that will change. So, I happened to ask him that, and I know a little bit about the Kundli also. So, he told me, आपके लग्न घर में, which is the first house, शुक्र है. शुक्र is the Venus. So, he told me that आपके लग्न घर में शुक्र है और मैं आपके ये चीज़ें बदलना चाहता हूँ और इतनी सारी पूजाएं करूँगा और ये सब बदल दूंगा. तो मैंने उनसे एक सवाल पूछा. मैंने बोला, क्या कोई ऐसी पूजा है जिससे आप लग्न को में शुक्र को हटा के बुध को बिठा सकते हैं? बुध इज द मर्क्यूरी. So is there any process by which you can change the position of the planets on my kundali or on my birth chart? And the answer obviously was no. He said, you were born and the kundali is made on the basis of your birth, time, place, and on that basis, there is a particular impact of the planets. And on that basis, how can I change the impact of the planets at the time of your birth, which has already happened? So you get the answer. He cannot change it. He can make you feel better.
But should we know? Should one know about his or her future? Because then, if something bad is going to happen and I already know it, then I become more fearful towards it, right?
See, idea is that what is your reason to know the future? Why do you want to know the future? Life, as we say, is like a thriller film. It's a film. Why do you want to know the forward scenes? That will spoil your experience. The idea is to live life as a journey and see what is going to come. You have to have a third person perspective. You have to see that these events are going to happen in my life and you have to experience them. If you know them, your experience towards that episode or towards that incidents will change, and that will disturb the natural harmony.
Right. So that means the sun and the moon and the other celestial bodies, they have an impact on us.
They certainly do. And science has also proven that fact. You know why tides occur in the sea? Tides occur in the sea on the earth because of the gravitational pull of the moon.
Right.
And 70% of earth is water. And 70% of human body is also water. So if you study earth as a consciousness, you will see a very fine similarity between the earth and the human body. Like the earth is a physical being which has layers in the atmosphere, which is the troposphere, stratosphere, ionosphere, lithosphere. And so is the human body. The human body's atmosphere, which we call as the aura, has etheric body, astral body, mental body, wisdom body, and the soul body. So there are various similarities between the earth and the human body. Human body has 70% water. Earth has 70% water. So if the moon can have an impact on the earth, the water of the earth, it can certainly have an impact on the water in the human body. And if you see all the religious practices or all the festivals for that matter are based on the cycle of the moon. If you see,
Right,
yeah,
right. Like Karwa Chauth or like
whether it is Karwa
Eid.
Chauth, Eid,
Yeah,
all these festivals, they
right.
are all based on the moon. Why is it so? If you see all the Shivratris also, they happen on a full moon day. And during a Shivratri, the idea was that you should always not sleep during the Shivratri night. And that is why Jagrans came into practice.
Hmm.
The dancing, the methods to be awake. Why? Because the moon has more impact, or the pull of the moon is the strongest on a lunar moon day. And that is the reason the pull is strong, so your human energies can be lifted up during that time. And that is why all these practices have been structured.
Okay. So, like one should follow these, right? These rituals. But the problem is that we blindly follow these rituals and we do not know the scientific reasons behind it. So, if we actually talk about the impact of moon, how does one decode what is the impact of moon on a female body or a male body? And is there a difference between the two?
See, whenever you follow a practice, you should always try to know the reason behind it. Idea is you should never follow or do something, the principles which does not satisfy the logic of your mind, because one day or the other you are going to question them. And by that time, if you are doing something which does not fit into your logic, you would just feel into a space where you should not be. Secondly, when you ask about the impact of the moon on the female body, the moon has a cycle of 28 days, and the female menstrual cycle is also of 28 days. So, don't we understand that there can be some correlation between the two?
Right. But what is it?
So, see, the female menstrual cycle was called a period. A period means a particular duration of time.
Right.
That is a period. So, a period of 28 days was called a period because it happened on a regular interval. So, the moon has an impact not only on the female body but also on the male body. And that is why I am also in a process of writing a book on this subject, which we'll discuss it. But men also undergo a periodic cycle.
So,
Not
men do also have periods, right?
Men do have periods, but you have to also understand that our human body as a holistic being can be classified into the physical body, the mental body, the emotional body, and the spiritual body. So when you talk about the physical body, between a male and a female undergoes a menstrual cycle, wherein a male doesn't undergo a cycle wherein he bleeds. But there are physical changes a male undergoes with the impact of the moon, like the taste of his sweat and the composition inside his being also undergoes a change. But when we talk about the mental body, the female undergoes a mental thought process with the periodic cycle of the moon, which heightens during the menstrual phases. So if you classify the physical body, mental body, and you study the mental body of a male being, you will realize that the male also undergoes a cyclic mental changes. He and she also in totality undergoes an emotional cyclic change and a spiritual cyclic change. So together, only the physical being of the female and male undergoes different cycles, But when you talk about the mental, emotional, and the spiritual body of a male and a female, with the impact and correlation of the moon, they both undergo a change, which is a periodic change. So you can say that males also undergo periods, not menstruation, but periods. Yeah.
Right. But so because I always ask you that, can you simplify it by giving an example, a story, anything, so that I understand it better?
Examples, I think it is more of an experience. So if a male really wants to know, he can probably make a chart of 28 days and classify his emotions into six categories, or six different or eight different types of moods. And over a period of 3 moon cycles, he will see and observe that he is going a similar mood or emotional changes. So these things are more of experience rather than stories.
Do you keep a journal of your emotions? A generic like observation about your emotions?
When I was observing this subject, I did it for 3 months and I saw a cyclic or a periodic mood shift or mood changes during that period. So that time I used to keep a journal of my emotions. But if you ask me honestly, on a regular basis, every day, it is not practically possible.
Right. Thank you so much, Bakul. It was a lot of information from your end. So I would like to end this episode by I would actually ask you people to come up with the questions that you from this episode you have in your mind and write to us. Either mail us or write to us. You can find the links to our email ID, to our social media handle in the description box below. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you.